What's up, YouTubers? As I just posted my last video when I was in the bathroom in the mirror, Trend LONF1 asked me, she put a comment on and said, I'm assuming it's a she, are you going to post a video about the insurance process? So let me explain to you how it works. I live in Arizona, and in Arizona, bariatric surgery is a form of preventative medicine or whatever. They will cover it. Whether you have private insurance, state insurance, whatever you have, they're going to cover it. So, my insurance, when I first got my insurance, everybody out here was doing a lap band. And I knew for a fact I did not want the lap band. So, the first thing that you have to do out here is you have to go to the seminar. Because I did mine through Banner Gateway. You can all look it up. People from all over the country was coming out here. Their first step is you got to go to this seminar. It's on Wednesdays or Saturdays. It's about 2 hours long, but it is very informative. Like, it's not boring at all. They tell you all the different types of surgeries that they do. And, you, from that point, do your little application or whatever, all that, get your information in there. Once that gets into the system, you can do it two ways. You can do it, now see, I was very proactive. I did all my shit before I even got there. So once you're in the system, the application is in there, all your information, you can schedule an appointment. You schedule the appointment, and that's still free. And you tell them what you want. You sit down with the surgeon. You tell them what kind of insurance you have, and then they will let you know, well, listen, this is the insurance that we're used to working with. They will approve this. If you have this is insurance, they'll approve that. And for a backup plan, we're going to put in for the gastric sleeve, but if they deny the gastric sleeve, then we'll just automatically submit for the lap band. So with my insurance, which was APIPA, it was kind of up and down. Some people they approved for the sleeve, some people they didn't. It just kind of depended on whoever was working at desk that day that was approving the shit. So let me back up for a second. Before I even went to the little seminar, I went to my primary care physician and I asked them to refer me to a bariatric surgeon because I wanted to get everything in motion. That's the first thing that I did, because with my insurance, you need a prior authorization to do everything. So once I got that, went to the seminar, went to see the surgeon. They wanted me to send them 3 months worth of medical records, 6 months of medical records, to show that I was big for the past 6 months. So I got all that. I was on the phone like every day for like 2 weeks straight. I was on the phone, got my medical records transferred over to Banner Gateway. I had to go see a psych doctor. Her name was Dr. Jamie. I went and sat with her. She wanted to understand why I wanted to have the surgery, to understand that it's not reversible, blah, blah, blah. I had to wait a week for her to type up her notes and to give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. What was so fucked up is that I got in, I was a thumbs up. My cousin went, she was a thumbs down. And in the doctor's notes, she said, patient was trying to tell me what I wanted to hear. Let me tell you guys what to say if this is true, and some people just can't word it the right way. Let me tell you guys what I said. I'm not going to tell you what to say. Let me tell you what I said. I did not give a fuck about what nobody else thought of me. I was not doing it for nobody else. I wasn't doing it for my kids. I wasn't doing it for my mama, my daddy. I did it for me because I wanted to be healthy, period. I was not trying to lose weight to get no nigga, get no bitch. I wasn't trying to lose weight to do any of that bullshit. I wanted to lose the weight because I was not happy with the weight and I wanted to be healthy, period. You get to talking that shit about you were an alcoholic and you used to drink and you had crack in your system and your mama used to beat you. You get to talk about all that bullshit, they're going to stop everything because they're going to feel like you're just using this as a method of coping. And then they'll say, well, you need to have more surgery. You need to have more sessions. And they can hold your shit up for a year. That's how it works here in Arizona. I'm not sure how it works in other states. But when I sat down with them, I was like, listen, I'm happy with who I am as a person. I'm not happy with how I look, because I know that I'm not healthy, and that's it. We had that conversation about 45 minutes. A week later, she typed up her notes. I got the call from the doctor that the psych had signed off on it. Bam. The next thing that I had to do, because on my application, I told them that when I eat, I go to sleep really quick. They wanted me to have a sleep study to make sure I didn't have any sleep apneas. I was on their ass. They were booked up because normally it takes about a month to get in. But I was calling every day, any cancellations. Finally got a cancellation, took my ass down there, had the sleep study, waited for that report to come back, which was like a day or 2 days. I was signed off on that. once all that other shit is done, the psych evaluation, the 6 months of medical records, the sleep study, um, once all that is done, then they take that packet and they submit it to your insurance company. And they submit it with you wanting to have, I wanted the gastric sleeve. They said it was going to take about 2 weeks before they responded, and by the grace of God, it was a week. Um, but I kept calling because they should always give you phone numbers of who you need to call or talk to. Don't let nobody tell you you can't talk to anybody. That's some bullshit. You could call and talk to anybody you want to, whether it's the insurance company, the authorization department, the surgeon, the doctor. You could talk to anybody you want to talk to. When I got word that my insurance had approved it, then they scheduled me for the surgery. Then I was put on the books for surgery, and they had to give you enough time because we had to do a liquid diet. They gave us 2 weeks to do a liquid diet, and I've seen on here that sometimes the liquid diet will be 3 days or 4 days. Our surgeons did 2 weeks, and he did 2 weeks because I asked him. He did 2 weeks because if you fucked up, you had the chance to start over again. Because really, and I know I'm cursing a lot, but on some real shit, how the fuck you go from eating like 10,000 calories a day to sucking some shit through a straw every 15 minutes? That didn't work for me. I could not do the liquid diet. So what I did is I went online and I found out what diet could I get on that would shrink my liver, because that's what it was about. They didn't know how big my liver was. They knew if my liver was too big, they had to stop the surgery. And I didn't know what the size it was or how small it had to be. So I looked it up and said, what diet can you get on to shrink your liver? And what came up was Atkins. So I did. I tried to do no carb for 2 days. It didn't work. So I went to very low carb. So then, when they asked if I did the liquid diet, I was like, yeah, sure. I probably lost maybe like 6 or 7 pounds doing that. And then I had my surgery. So backing it up again, in Arizona, it's very different from other states, because I know California and Arizona, the state, all healthcare insurance covers it, and also their state insurance. I know in California it's like Medi-Cal, in Arizona it's Access. I don't know what's called at the states, but it's all covered. And you can choose from the sleeve or the lap band. I'm sure they cover everything. You can get whatever you want, but for my weight class, those were the two options. And when my surgeon sat me down and said, if you're not good at diets, the lap band